New to this channel, welcome. We are Annette and Wayne. Welcome to our journey. Join us, a retired couple, on an exciting adventure as we embark on a new chapter of our lives in Portugal. From navigating the vibrant culture to crafting our dream home from scratch, this channel is your front row seat to the highs, lows, and everything in between. Let's explore the beauty of Portugal together. Witness the magic of the building of a home that echoes our story. Subscribe and be part of our unforgettable adventure. English girl, the old girl who nearly came off the saddle. This morning we're carrying on with some cutting and tidying up the back wall. These old olive trees, keep talking about it in videos, but they need a real good cut back, and we'll do that at some stage. We've got the chipper up and running now. I'd love to get all this firewood, which is for the barbecue, moved over into that corner out of the way under a little shelter that I should be able to build with the wood that I cut down from that end olive tree, and maybe some of the wood from these, but we'll see. But there's plenty more wood to add to that pile from all this lot up here. There's a lot of wood that's going to last us years on the barbecue. And we've cleared out behind here so we can have a little bit more planting. This was all covered in huge rocks that were cleared from when they put the foundations of the building in. So there's a nice area when you look out of our walk-in closet, which is there. You've got this view, and that's the other pile of wood that needs to be cleared out. And then you'll just have the olive trees and the back wall and the hills in the distance. That'll be a great view. And these rocks have areas where they're kind of hollowed out. I think where it's water in the past has been swilling round, and I think Annette plans to fill these up with compost and use them as little natural planters. There's another one down here that will be filled up with compost. And yeah, these rocks have got these natural hollows in where water's made its way out over the years. Yesterday we were just cleaning up around the back wall here, so this will all be cleared out as well, so you won't see all this pile of wood. Just trimmed this old oak tree back yesterday, and again there's nice little hollows where you can do some planting. I'm sure we'll be advised by our gardening expert Andrea when she comes back out. Again, this old oak tree here, olive tree, needs a real trim and cut back. And then there's the little oaks and olives at the front, they're all going to get trimmed. Yeah, it's a beautiful little garden area, and where obviously they've been delivering all the stores and all the materials, they're going to return that back to natural garden as well, and probably plant some trees in there. So we have been chipping. This is wood, all the chippings that's come out of the wood chipper mulch, and it is absolutely beautiful wood chips. So that's going to go all along the front garden at the moment, just to bring that soil, keeps the moisture in the ground when it's hot and sunny. It retains the moisture, should I say. So actually in fire season it's brilliant, because the fires don't tend to go along the ground. Normally if you don't have wood chip down, the grass burns off very quickly and it just becomes very bush-like if you don't cut it back, and any fires just spread along it really quickly. Whereas if you've got lots of wood chip down that retains the moisture underneath it, the fire tends not to travel along that. So from a fire perspective, it's going to be quite good. The wood chip is just stored under that tarp at the moment. But again, the old olive tree next to the house, next to the heat pump, not in an ideal position, but it does get really good airflow down here, so we're not really worried about that. Again, yeah, give it a real good cut back so it's below the level of the roof, and train it to grow outwards. That's the plan for that one. And Annette and Andrea, just give you some idea, have already started their little planting in these hollows. So we get flowers all along the rockery. It's going to be pretty good when it's all cleaned up. But at the moment, this whole wall at the back is all overgrown and needs a real good cut back. I need to move that soil because that soil is where I want to build the wood store. And then all the wood chips from all these trees and a load of wood that we piled down there needs to be added to this pile. Plus, this is all the stuff we cut back from the back carport area. So all this needs to be either stored or chipped and added to that pile. And then the plan is to have the front just wood chip with whatever plants she wants to plant through the wood chips. And then we're going to bring in some soil to cover this. And obviously we've got the pavement to finish at the front as well. So all this will be covered in wood chip and all at the front, all levelled off, covered in wood chip and just planted wherever she feels the plants need to go. And then we haven't even started on this area yet. So a big pile of stuff over there that needs to be burnt off today. So we had a guy come and talk about rebuilding the boundary wall. Obviously goes across this area here where they've been delivering materials for the build. That'll be closed off again with a wall, and the little wall rebuilt just the other side of the carport. And then at some stage we'll get some flooring in there and a gate put on, and this area can then be turned back into a garden. So that's just a little tour of the outside with some plans that we've got for the future. What else? This area. I think the architect came in a couple of weeks ago. There's still work that needs doing on the rainwater harvesting drainage, because that was leaking at the bottom there. They still need covers. This pipework needs to be covered because you can see it even now, it's getting a bit brittle in the sunlight. So that needs to be covered up. Might even have enough earth from out the back to do that. In fact, I might prioritise that and bring some round over the next few days. I say over the next few days. We're always going round meeting up with our friends and that, so which is great, but it means we're not working in the garden. Yeah, so we piled up a load of the stuff cuttings yesterday. They need to be burnt off today, but we'll do that later on when it's all dried. Started to bring some earth down because those exposed pipes need to be covered as well, but the rainwater harvesting pipe, the orange pipe going into the overflow, wasn't working. The water wasn't coming out. Overflow water wasn't flowing out of the overflow. It was just coming out of the end of the orange pipe there. So that needs to be sorted. Looking at maybe two different levels, terrace here. So this one will bring up higher, so it's level with the top of the rain harvesting tank. You won't see the tank. And then the lower terrace is obviously just covering up the septic tank at the moment, and then obviously rebuilding this wall up, bringing it in a bit, and rebuilding the wall along here. And we've had a quote for that. We're quite happy with it. So, but it's just going to take time. There's a lot of work. It all needs digging out and straightening up and all the rest of it. A lot of these big rocks that were moved, it's not actually part of a wall is bedrock, so there's huge, great big bedrock boulders that were moved out of the way, and they probably need breaking up a little bit so they can use them on the wall. So, and we need to get a stone breaker in for a big boulder that's got to be broken up next to the carport. Let's take you over there and I'll show you. These trees need thinning out here. These are all the rocks that were going across the front of the wall. They've just piled them up here. So this little section will be rebuilt here. There's more than enough stone from that pile there to do that, and then add onto this pile to help finish off the front of the wall. But this big rock here needs to be broken up into some small pieces. There's actually 2 rocks there, but it needs to be broken up so that it's easier to use, and then the wall will start at the corner of this white gate and follow, just going around the back of the olive trees over there. So this needs to be broken up, which is great because it helps you. You can probably get a car in sideways as well then, but just out of the way. If not anything, it's a good overtaking good overtaking point for cars coming along here because it's a narrow road. Yeah, so from the corner of the front gate, yeah, just behind the oak trees over here, olive trees, and then following it round just behind, straightened up, and just behind these trees here. The trees will be in the pathway, so but I'm not moving them and I do like them, so they're staying there.